Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this brand new episode of Media Buffet. Today, I am alone and I'll be discussing the state of play focusing on Borderlands 4, a game that came out 8 months ago, I think? It came out September. I know that. Right? Yeah, it came out September. We're in March, so 3 months minus 3, 6 months. It's been 6 months since the launch of Borderlands 4. And you might be asking, why am I covering the state of play that released in April on the game? Well, to be completely fair, this episode was supposed to come out in July. So around 2 months, a little bit under 2 months before the launch of the game. And that didn't happen. And this episode was supposed to come out way earlier, now that everything was pushed back. And that didn't happen either. Why? Well, I got sick. And this time it completely shut me off. I usually recover in about 3 days. I still have coughs, so if I cough during the episode, that's why. I got sick for quite a bit of time. And that's why you didn't see any uploads. You probably missed me, and if you didn't, then please pretend that you did, so I can stroke my ego a little bit. But anyways, yeah, I got sick, and you'd think that any normal person would try to go on and watch a bunch of shit that you have to watch for a project you're on, but for some reason I didn't do that. I know why I did it. Why I didn't? It's because I had the podcast was on a strict schedule. I didn't want to mess it up, so I kind of didn't do it. But now I have, and now I'm recording, and now I'm back, and now with this episode. And I'm just padding for time, but I got one more thing to mention. um, you might be noticing something different. I'm not sure what it will be, but you might notice something different about the episode. Maybe you won't because it's it's one it's one image with one audio on it, and that's really all it is. But I have moved editing softwares because I wanted to stop paying for Power Director. I was using Power Director to edit all the videos for MediaFA, and I don't think paying $7 per month for a subscription just to remove watermarks and render it at 1080p was sustainable, and I had it for such a long time. I don't think that that was going to be sustainable for me in the future, because I was fucking bleeding money on something I didn't really want every month. Fucking hell. If you think I shouldn't be recording, then die. I will record however the fuck I want, and my voice is I feel better than ever. I feel normal. I just have this fucking cough, man. It sucks. Anyways, I'm using this other software. It's Microsoft Clipchamp. If it's any different, then and there's something else, then I don't know. I still have to pay for some things here and there. Not like that I need or anything. But I could pay to have 4K video, but I don't think I need 4K video on on videos that have one image and one audio, and that's really it. There is nothing else I use this for. I can see here. I can pay for premium. I can create a video with AI. I don't want to do that though. The fuck. I can record myself, which is fun, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather use my phone with my better microphone. At least I think it's a better microphone. I don't know. At least it captures the whole thing. My old computer, my old laptop, had this problem where the microphone didn't pick up like the first second of my voice whenever I started talking. So it was just kind of like people couldn't understand what I was saying. It was fucking weird. But now I have a trauma over microphones on inbuilt computers, even if it's not, even if it's not like something that's uh even if it's something that's like not the same thing, because this is I got a new laptop. I'm not sure if that was a thing. I'm pretty sure I said that, but I got a new laptop. Because the old one was a fucking Chromebook, and you can't really do shit on that. And now that I have a laptop with fucking Windows on it, I can get a lot more shit. And I started using it to put emulators on it. So yeah. Anyways, I just want to mention that I have a new editing software that I'm going to use for the podcast that is free-ish. And whatever features it has for free is what I was paying for in Power Director, so I'm not gonna need it. I know there's a big hot new one that people are using called DaVinci Resolve. I think, I don't know. I was trying to open the same fucking tab I was on. Anyways, I know there's a new one that people like to use for editing videos and all that stuff. That's called DaVinci Resolve, and I could use it, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I know it's free and it probably has a lot of free stuff on it, but I just don't want to. I'll be fine with Clipchamp and whatever it has because I don't care. I don't care. Anyways, this has all been padding because I don't have much to say about this game. This will be a short episode. It's one game that I'll be talking about for the remainder of this episode. And I guess that, sure, like, I guess it's a 20-minute presentation on one game, so there's quite a bit to talk about. But to be completely honest, I haven't watched this since I started watching it back when I wasn't sick. And that was like February, probably 13th, 14th, around there. Fucking maybe 15th at this point. But basically, it's been quite a while since I've watched this. So I'm going to go into it based on that knowledge, I guess. And to be completely honest, I know I'm a bit late when it comes to this, fucking doing an episode on something that's almost a year old at this point. Yikes. But honestly, I don't give a fuck. This is like the last thing from April I gotta talk about, and then we'll be into like stuff that came out in May. Not like May episode, but just stuff that came out in May. So yeah. Anyways. And also, technically, it's not topical because anyone who owns a Nintendo Switch 2 and wants to get Borderlands 4 for some reason, even after seeing all the stuff that this game has gone through throughout the fucking months, don't worry, it's not out yet. So hey, maybe looking at this episode talking about an 11-month-old presentation on a game that came out 6 months ago, maybe it'll convince you to buy the game. Or like check it out or anything. I don't think so, because this game has, on Google reviews or Google users, a 46% ratio of people who liked it. And it has a 6 out of 10 on Steam, a 3.9 out of 5 on PlayStation. It was given an 8 out of 10 on IGN, but how much you should really trust IGN, you know? 3 was way better. I'm eventually impacted. Apparently, okay. Yeah, like people didn't really like Borderlands 4, and apparently it's better. It's worse than Borderlands 3, which people also didn't like, which is fucking insane to see that. But yeah, if you're a Switch player, Switch 2 player, and you want to get this game, guess what? You gotta have to wait. It was delayed from, I think it's October 2025 release indefinitely until they fix the issues. Fucking insane that that even happened. But yeah. Take-Two, it's the development of the Switch 2 version had been paused. That is insane. This is one fun fact. Borderlands 4 was one of the games that they said would be on the Switch. Like this is coming to the Switch. This was one of the first games that they revealed for the Switch 2 that was coming to the Switch 2, and it got delayed. I know it's on Nintendo. That's on fucking Take-Two, or on Gearbox. But god damn, brother, damn. Anyways, let's talk about it for fucking 5 minutes. I could probably talk about it, to be honest. Okay. There are some things I do want to mention about the game. This is not the right thing. Visually, in this presentation, it looked a lot more like Borderlands, like what I think Borderlands looks like, than what it got revealed as. When it got revealed, it looked a little bit more just like the style wasn't there for the game, and it looked a lot more just like a Borderlands game. It was stripped of all the the style, and it was just it didn't have I guess the cell shaded style that other Borderlands games had, and it just looked like a normal sci-fi game that you'd have, a very very generic game. But it's in here, and I don't know why it's not present, or at least not as prevalent in earlier trailers. Especially towards the Game Awards. Was it really? I'm pretty sure that this game was talked about for the Game Awards 2024. Around there when we first got the gameplay trailer. That was a bit weird that it didn't look like normal Borderlands. But 4 months later, I guess they fucking fixed that, so it looks a lot more like Borderlands, which I do appreciate. I don't know, apparently didn't save it, but, it looked a lot more like a normal Borderlands game. Yeah. That's one of the positives I can say about the game. Apparently it doesn't fucking run well, which is, I know. But I can only really look at what I can see on the fucking presentation, and I'm not gonna... This is the last time I'm really gonna talk about Borderlands 4, to be completely honest. I mean, it's not on here, right? Yeah, it's not on here. I was just looking at the state of play. All this stuff fucking came out. I'm just looking at it right now. All this shit just came out. That is insane. I'm just looking at the shit from the state of play being premiered a while ago, like June. Obviously it's June, so it's not gonna fucking come out. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be the most up to date thing. Having what would it be right now, a 9-month-old presentation. Come on. But yeah, all this stuff pretty much came out already. That's insane. And then there's Summer's Game Fest, which, you know, had some stuff that hasn't come out yet. There's also the Xbox Game Showcase, which has some stuff that definitely hasn't come out yet. Anyways, yeah. I guess there's some stuff here that I can talk about, but we'd have to speed through it. Anyways, Borderlands. Right. The gameplay looks fine. I like the thing that they're doing with the fucking guns, or like they did with the guns, that you can like mix and match shit, and it'll come from like different brands, and different brands have different like things they do. That's cool. That I like that. That can definitely like have a lot of gameplay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna sound like I'm saying fucking nothing, but it could like influence the gameplay a lot, and how and like which obviously like which guns you want to use, and like what type, how you want to build your build, and how you want to like just play the game and what you want to use and all that stuff. And I like how like the higher rank, it'll obviously be it'll mix like a bunch of stuff from different brands, and like that's cool, and you can find like, oh, the gun that's like good enough for you, and has like good enough specs and good enough like attributes for you to work with. That's that's cool. Something that definitely worried me about this game in particular is I think they tried to go in like an open world direction. At least that's what I got from the game. They wanted to go in an open world direction. Now I have been in a outspoken, I wouldn't say hater on Borderlands. Borderlands on like open world games, but I've been getting tired of them. I've been getting tired of just open world games on every single fucking game that has come out in recent times. I feel like after Breath of the Wild, every single video game developer has tried to chase that high for themselves, and they just haven't gotten it. They just have not gotten it yet. They just really haven't like gotten the chance to have it. Like, I guess the closest would be Horizon for like Sony, but like even then, Horizon is weird. It's a franchise that like people will play and all that, but they'll only play it if it's on sale. I liked Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I liked Horizon Zero Dawn, but the problem is that nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. I mean, how many 8.4 million units in a year? That's insane. Following the game's launch on Windows, it became the first biggest launch on Steam, although it was able to surpass the current player peak of Zero Dawn. Yeah, that's usual for fucking games. But like, I don't know. I don't. I don't. I really don't feel like Horizon even like did anything. Like, Horizon even Horizon got Horizon in the Game Awards history never won anything. That's insane. They all got nominated but never fucking won for a game show, for a show that is like entirely like, oh yeah, well we are backed by Sony pretty much. But by 16th of April 2023, the game had sold around 24.3 million units. The combined sale was reached 38 million units, making it one of Sony's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was packed in with the PS4. I'm talking about a completely fucking different game. I just want to tell you, I just don't know what to talk about. But like, the Horizon itself was packed in with the PS4, so obviously a lot of more people like played it because they don't have fucking anything else. For me, for me, my PS4 was packed with Uncharted 4. I think I got it for like, I don't know, 2016 Christmas or some shit. I mean, I kind of had to. Don't know why I played on it. between then and then. But like I played through Uncharted 4 a little bit. I haven't finished it yet, but I am grateful that when they started doing those like free games for like the pandemic, where they gave out a bunch of like free games, like not even for like PS Plus and shit, just gave out free fucking games. I'm glad. I didn't pick up Horizon. I know they gave up Horizon for free, but by that time I already bought it. By that time I'd already bought Horizon, which is sad. But yeah, I'm you know what? That's also the thing. Like they gave this game out for free. Like they gave Horizon Zero Dawn out for free. They wanted people to play this game, right? Zero Dawn free. Yeah, the play at home update is able down for free. Yeah, like they literally just gave this game out for free. That is insane. That's probably why they had a bunch of like a big uptick in numbers because hello. But yeah, Horizon was like the only one that I think that's really like popular and would really like bring the audience, even though a lot of people don't really play it. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of tired of all these games like going. We need to go open world. Like you really don't. You really fucking don't. You really don't, man. You don't need to go open world. You don't need to do all these things. Just do like the thing that you're always good at. If Borderlands was always like, oh, um, like you can go to different places and all that shit like that like in like different planets and shit like that. That's fine. That's fine. It's like a kind of open, but like and that's fine. But you don't need to change shit like that. Like I don't think we need an open world Borderlands game. That's not something we need. Like I don't think first person shooters really lend themselves to that. There are exceptions, sure, but I just don't think like first person shooters with their type of gameplay really lend themselves to being you know to being just open world games. Like I can't really see an open world Call of Duty game if it exists, then like fuck me, dude. But like I don't really see that happening. Like the new Doom, I'm gonna talk about the new Doom in like a couple days. Like, if I get back in the rhythm of things and do more episodes, for the month of March, which we are on March 7th, and we're back after 3 fucking weeks, man. Jesus. If I get into the groove and all that, then like an episode on Doom Dark Ages is coming out in probably in a few days. Hopefully not a week. But like I'll talk about it then, but I want to talk about how like the game itself can do like these big open levels and all that stuff, and it's not the best levels. It's very much just like big open space, and there's sometimes like a little bit of caverns here and there, but it's just kind of like one big flat open map, and it's just kind of like it's just not very creative. It's just not very like fun. But yeah, like Borderlands here, this reminded me of that. Like, oh, you can go here, you can go in this mountain, and it's all like seamless and shit. Like, do we really need that? If it's not already part of the fucking thing, do we really need that? Because like, if you try to do open world of having the time and effort to really like flesh it out and just have like a bunch of shit in it, just because you're kind of running the risk of it being very unoptimized, trying to load in, trying to like handle all those assets all at once, even if it's not loaded in. Like it has to know where to load those assets and all that shit, and it's gonna be big or something. Like, come on, man. Like open world games really need to take their time to bake in the oven. This game, from not what we know, it got announced in 2024. I think it was at the beginning of 2024's Gamescom opening night live. Like it was one of, like it was the first game of that show. I'm not sure what the fuck opening night live did for this year. I actually completely fucking forgot. What was the last Black Myth show? Okay, that makes sense. I forgot about that they announced Legends for fucking Ghost Yote. That was weird. What the fuck? They didn't talk about it until February. Really? I forgot. I fucking forgot about Gamescom completely. But yeah, that was. Oh yeah, I remember why. It's because like the first half of Gamescom was like, okay, this is like it's good, and then it's like after a while, it's just like okay, can it get good? Can it get good? And it never did. It was just like, can it get good? It's like, nah. Okay, fuck you, I guess. Anyways, Borderlands. Yeah, just I don't know what more to say. Like, just the open world stuff. Like, it's cool. You can go different vaults and like get different gear and all that stuff, and find the weapons I was talking about earlier. But like, I don't know. I'll play through the Borderlands games. I already made the promise to myself that I'd be playing through every single video game series that I make an episode on for like video game adaptations and stuff. And I already made an episode on the Borderlands movie. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to play all the Borderlands games, including Borderlands 4, at some point. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be at some point. I'm gonna play Borderlands 4. So I'll probably experience it in full. But yeah, like it's just like there's not much there to say. I don't know about the story or anything. Like sounds like something big happens in Borderlands 3. Got myself fucking spoiled for. So that's cool. But yeah, I think I'd be more willing to do this episode if the game hadn't already been out. Apparently it doesn't run well, so if you're thinking about picking this up on the Switch too, just to have it portable, probably don't. Probably don't. Because it doesn't look like it'll be it'll be good. If it doesn't run well on like consoles and shit and like PC, I don't think it'll run well on the Switch too. The gameplay looks fine, I guess. Maybe it's like fine enough. Maybe it's just like very inoffensive, but like maybe that's like the problem with it. It's just like this doesn't feel like Borderlands, or this doesn't feel like the game I wanted. You know. But yeah. I don't fucking I don't know what to say. I talked about most of the things I've talked about in this fucking episode have been like things that are completely unrelated to the fucking game I'm trying to talk about here. But it's just like it's like it was a 20-minute presentation on Borderlands 4 when they talked about like here's where you can like look and like here's where you can go and you can go in vaults like weapons and there's the weapons and it's how the weapons work and like oh story bits I already fucking forgot. I should have probably rewatched it now that I think about it, but I'm not going to because I don't give a fuck. Anyways, yeah, but I can see why fucking Borderlands fans were fucking like scared of Borderlands 4. Like why they like I don't like this is going. This is fucking boring. I don't know. Like I'll definitely go through it. It has a fan base for a reason, and I want to experience it and all that stuff. I don't fucking know. I guess I'll eventually get to Borderlands 4, and that's when I'll fucking talk about all that bullshit and and experience it. Hopefully, it goes on sale for less than its currently asking price of $70 fucking. Like I'll get to it in like fucking 5 billion years, I guess. But yeah, As for like the game overall, like it looks fine. Like it has a lot of interesting stuff that they're adding, and I guess they showed to be new and all that stuff. But like some things, at least like for me looking at like an outsider looking in, like there's some things that are worrying about it, like the openness and like going like, oh, it's all seamless and all that stuff. It's like, okay, man, like is it gonna run well? Is that gonna be anything like a problem? And it's like it was like, okay, man, like everyone can see when it's like open world, everyone gets fucking scared because they know it's gonna be unoptimized shit, and like a lot of times it's unoptimized shit. Like to be fucking for real. But yeah, I don't have much to say. That's about other fucking games like how this fuck for the most of this episode. Other than like it looks okay, I guess. Like maybe it's my type of game, maybe it isn't. I'll play it and I'll let you guys know whenever I get through all the fucking Borderlands shit I'm gonna get through. Which there's a lot of Borderlands shit I gotta get through. But overall, like looks fine. Looks fine. I'll play it when it's on sale for like dirt cheap because I'm pretty sure that it'll get to a point where nobody wants to buy this fucking game. Okay, no. Anyways, what did you guys think about the Borderlands 4 state of play? Leave in the comments below. I guess, you know, if you want to give us your feedback, if you want to tell me to fucking focus on the game, what I'm fucking going to talk about more, and I just go like, it looks fine, I guess. Leave in the comments below if you want to give us your feedback. There are comments on both Spotify and YouTube, which is, you know, that was a new thing they added, fucking Spotify's comments. I don't know why, but, you know, there's that. Only for a podcast, though. If you want to give us, your fucking I guess, feedback either way, you can like or dislike the episode on YouTube or rate us on Spotify. And if you want to stay up to date for our content, you can subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Spotify. And all of our other links are in the description, including my own, where you'll find my review sites where you will see early reviews for stuff that will be reviewed on the podcast. Like it'll be extensively talked about on the podcast, aside from like a mini review on those sites. A mini review, and I write like fucking 1,000 words on something. It's like, yeah, I write like a fucking essay. And like stuff that I will watch for the podcast, and they're related to stuff I want to watch for the podcast. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.